Peter Pan, that's what they call me.
Alright everybody, something a little bit different now. You're probably wondering, why are a Hitron and Netgear routers unplugged? Well, unfortunately I wasn't liking what I was seeing when I woke up. So apparently the Ethernet lights, or light rather, have been blinking non-stop. So something tells me there was something going on with the bandwidth. Because when I had the Wi-Fi on my phone, the connection was way, and I mean way too slow than it normally is. So that's why I had the office fan on in here, because I kept thinking maybe they were overheating, let's say. So I got them unplugged. I'm going to plug them back up in just a moment. If it's not a bandwidth issue, then it's just typical Sparklight, or what used to be Cable One. I don't know why they changed their name to Sparklight for. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and plug them back up now. We'll start with the Hitron first. And we got power. I didn't unplug this Aris router because that's for home phone use only, so that's why I didn't unplug that. That's for home. The Aris one is for house phone or voice over IP use only. Or landlines rather, excuse me. Some people call it landlines, some people call it voice over IP. So that's just for landline use only. It used to be our internet router too, but then we got hooked up with this. I'll tell you what, if they would have got us a Aris router instead of a Hitron, then we probably wouldn't even be having this problem to begin with. So this is gonna take a while to reboot. I guarantee you, if it were another Aris router, it would have rebooted by now. This takes a while to reboot, and I do not like it. Sorry if I keep clearing my throat, it's just because I got done eating. So again, while I wait for that to boot up, oops, I hit my phone on the chair there. You see that's hooked up to the APC unit, and now we got some. Now it's receiving. It's receiving. So it's power, receive, send, and online. So it's receiving the data now. It's probably just typical Sparklight stuff going on here. Let's hope it comes back up. Oh. The line was loose. Well, that's weird. Somehow the line on here was loose. That's probably what it was the whole time. It had a loose line connection. For whatever reason. So I just tightened that up, and there you go. It came back up. And after this reboots, we're gonna see, there you go. That's probably what it was. It was just a loose connection with the cable line for whatever reason. And it's actually run into a splitter because we got two routers in here now. Or actually three. Well, only two for these two. 2 for 2. This one doesn't have the cable line for it, so it just has the Ethernet. Let's plug this back up here if I can. Let's see. Okay, I found the plug for the port for it. Good. And there's a button that has a on-off power switch. The router, it is not fully cooled, but well, I don't think this. It's still hot from the bottom. I should have booted the router earlier. I just showed the account number for. I think I just showed the account number. I apologize about that. That's why I had it right here. That's okay though. But let's turn it on. Oh, excuse me. We got power for that. See, the one light is lit because that's running to my computer. It's not on right now. Whoa, look at that. How beautiful is that? Yeah, we gotta wait for it to come back up. Let me tell you, Netgear is some really good products. Now, it's not the Netgear. It's not Netgear's what's the problem is. It's basically, it's Hitron's fault is what it is. But I wanted to unplug both because, just to be sure. So it's the Hitron router is what's acting up, not the. But I think it might have been because of this loose connection here. That line was just loose. That could have been the problem the whole time. Let's see. Wireless light slit, so that's a good sign. The second to last, the second to last. Second to last light. That was the wireless. That was off. That's why they thought the router was broken when this was still at my mom's work, which is at the daycare, of course. And this light was never turned on when it was still at the daycare. I had to enable it because of the guest net. I enabled the guest network over here. Let's see. And those first two, excuse me, those first two lights should be turning white here in just a moment. The power in the internet lights rather should be there. There we go. Alright, so we're back up and running now. That's a good sign. Hopefully, maybe we won't be having any more problems. I'll just wait for it to. I'll keep this fan in here running, but I think the problem with it was this line right there was loose, and I tightened it. Hopefully, maybe this is in the way. Maybe, You know, I had a feeling maybe this was in the way. This is just some hard stock, or card stock, rather. I don't know if it's card or hard. Card, I forgot which one it was, but that was sitting there. Maybe that was blocking it, and probably overheating. Let's see. Where should I put this? It's probably this cardstock paper is might have been causing it too, but you just never know. I mean, yes, we do have regular printer paper too. Alright, I think we're back up now. Unless it's starting to act up again, who knows. But let me tell you, that light right there, when I came in here earlier today, that light was blinking non-stop, so I knew it was a bandwidth issue, but I think it was just because that line was loose. But it's tightened now. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for now. I'm gonna leave this fan on just so to keep the routers cooled down. I wish I could have some kind of desk fan or something to keep these routers cooled, but oh well. I think the Netgear router, I don't think that's supposed to be sitting on top of the printer, but we got nowhere else to put it right now. I mean, I could put it on top of these two as well, but, you know. Or maybe build like a shelf or something, put it up there, but my mom don't want me, putting holes in the wall and stuff, so. It's not my house, it's my mom's too. Anyways, I'll just leave this fan on. I'll just pull the light string, because if I shut the switch, it shuts both the fan and the light off. Unlike my bedroom, where you just turn the switch off, it turns the light off only. There's a reason why it's like, there's a reason why the switch is only for the light only in my bedroom. It's a long story. Basically, it was right before Katrina. I think they had to separate the hot wires because I pulled the light string and the whole string done broke from the light itself, so that's why they had to separate the fan and the light. They had to put the fan on a separate hot wire without the switch. And my family pretty much doesn't remember. Most of my family don't even remember that, but I remember it to this day. But it was at least right before Katrina's when it happened. I know it wasn't after Katrina, it was before. So that's pretty much it, y'all. I know I'm making a little bit of a random video. Of course, I still got to upload that lawnmower video. Somebody was working on it here while I was asleep. I think that battery is cooked because, and, you know, even though I made a video about it. Somebody cleaned the corrosion off of the battery, but the voltage meter was still not looking right. So I don't know if that battery's bad or what. And that makes no sense. Usually it lasts for up to 2 years. I mean, it depends. Like, sometimes the battery will last up to 2 years, or 1 or 2 years. But I guess this time it sounds like it's going to last up to 1 year. We might have to replace it. You know, I was still asleep when the guy came back, because he even asked me if I wanted to cut grass today, and I told him I don't know yet, because if I would have cut grass, it would have to be during the afternoon, because I'm not a morning person. And there's the Pip. There's the Pip. His original name was Pokey, but somehow his name turned into Pip. That was his original name, was Pokey. He's a Jack Russell Terrier. Rather wish I had a Boston Terrier, but Jack Russell Terrier, good enough. Better, at least it's better than a Boston Terrier. Well, somewhat better than a Boston Terrier, rather. I think the next video we're going to do is see if that ceiling fan outside will run. I think that's what we'll do next. Alright, so on the next video, we're going to be starting up the Harbor Breeze ceiling fan. I don't know the model to it, unfortunately. This fan has been here since after Katrina, of course. And it ran fine last year, but the light on excuse me, the light on it does not work because the switch is bad. We'll see from there. Alright, we'll see y'all on the next one.